Ooh,
Oh.
that's never happened before.
It's in
We've done
progress.
that before.
No.
We're broadcasting to New York.
I've got that on my TV now, which really annoys me. HDMI channel, whatever. Yeah, I know that. I've just selected it. Why are you telling me what I already know? You know, and I can't disable it. Come up with a software update.
This is the first Zoom since last Tuesday that I've had a picture of myself. That it just suddenly, I was getting the icon of the camera with a line through it and no picture.
Yes, I had that problem. Yeah.
And I found out, because I rang my expert yesterday, that Lenovo, because it's a Lenovo laptop, their update had turned off my camera for privacy reasons. Bloody wonderful, isn't it? Just
another one on WhatsApp for you. Same vein, Peter. A software update on WhatsApp. I sent a note through to John and Keith. Somebody on Facebook that I know actually said, go into your settings. It's actually WhatsApp update opens you up to general, so anybody can use your WhatsApp address and sell you stuff, scam you and what have you. So you've got to go in there and just change general to groups, you know, and it stops the scamming. There are all sorts of things that are happening in this lockdown because everybody's using Zoom and WhatsApp. Others are finding the opportunity to make a bit of
it's frightening how much is lost on fraud, scams. It's something like 4 million a day or something.
Well, I get notes now. You've just made a payment to HSBC account, so please ring us. And I said, no.
Yes, I've had that one.
I bought an iPhone this week through Amazon. Ring option 1 if you were not the person involved.
No.
Yeah, I've had one similar to that this morning, Chris, from Amazon. Yeah.
Well, it's obviously not Amazon, isn't it, John?
No.
Yeah.
And
the
number of deliveries that I've got to pay £1.95 for.
Yes,
it's right. Hermes are a nuisance.
The old Reader's Digest one. You have won a prize.
I actually know someone who did win £10,000 on Reader's Digest. Yeah.
I thought I had a scam just before Christmas, and because it was just before Christmas, I paid no attention from it. Letter out of the blue, very succinct from DWP. We've underpaid you your pension for however many years, and it was a considerable sum. I thought, scam. Don't touch it. Follow-up letter said, what's the matter with you? This is your new monthly payment. When I started getting increased monthly payments, I thought, oh, it might be serious. I had to go to my IFA and say, what do I do? What do I do?
I've got reason to believe you were vastly overpaid, Ian. As former DWP, I'm on your case, mate. Yeah.
But they had
whistleblower.
It was, you know, I've been retired for what, 8 years now. So you can imagine every month the build up. Just came just before Christmas. I thought, ooh.
Right. John, as you've noted, you might have noticed we are lawless at the moment.
Lawless. Yes. What? Any reason? Have his batteries run down?
Yes.
He's got Sky.
To the hospital. So he might not join us until the second half, if at all. So, John, have you got any news of us? No,
non-specific news. I mean, you'll notice and you look on the website as well. There's a veritable plethora of birthdays. I mean, we've already had Mick the Bulgarian and Chris the end of last week, and now this week we've got Ron on the 20th, Colin on the 21st, and Little Dave from Crystal Peaks on the 22nd. not to mention Brian's coming up next week on the 24th. So what was happening so early August all those years ago?
Rumpy bumpy.
People on holiday.
Anyway,
People on holiday.
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy
to all
birthday,
you lads.
guys.
All those that have just had
everyone.
one. And just about to have one. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I've been in touch with Sandra this morning, but I've not had a reply yet. Manager of the library, just to see if there's any news. I don't expect any immediate news, but anything about Manor and Crystal Peaks reopening for us. I don't expect an immediately positive answer, but I'll update you when I do get a reply.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I called in the other day, John,
did you?
and so I didn't see one of the big hitters down there, but the girl whose name I've forgotten, she
From
said,
Ipanema.
yeah, that's it. She didn't think it would be for a while yet, at least. So,
Yeah. We were just digging the sheep dip when I went past. The sprays.
John, if you're thinking about going to the cafe on Friday, which I know that you used to do before with.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I saw the young lady who is there most of the time, and she said it might be an idea for you to ring up and book a slot.
They're opening a new bistro the other side of Crystal Peaks, aren't they?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
cafe,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, that's your lot. I see. Lol.
And is
Hello.
the
Lol.
I
man.
apologise for being late.
Easy.
I've been to the Northern General Hospital on his go back.
Ah,
Keith, you knew about that, Keith, didn't you?
We all did.
He did.
Yeah.
He told us. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you
have
for
they
remembering to tell him.
Have they given you the treatment for it? Well,
I'm telling you,
Are you sitting down?
sitting down, my wife that's having the treatment, not me. But the parking was horrendous at 9 o'clock.
Always is.
Tell me about it.
I thought there might have been a gap at that time. I got one slot.
With no chance.
And you have to use your credit card because they charge so much.
You know,
No,
it's
they're
free
not,
at the
they're
moment.
not giving charging now.
It's free at the moment
I know.
while COVID's on.
Wow. I might go
Right.
and park. I might go and park at the local hospital, enjoy myself for half an hour.
Do you have to have COVID to get free parking then?
Chris,
Keith, just a quick update. Sorry, guys. Last week, I couldn't find any sporting films on television. There may have been some, guys, but I couldn't find any. There are 3 worthy of just tipping you off if you're interested. One is tonight. It's a film I haven't seen. It may be a premiere. It's called Under the Stadium Lights. It's on Sky Premiere. It's American football. Apparently, it's a very good film. It's on at 10 o'clock tonight, Under the Stadium Lights. It's actually a true story. On Thursday, there's John's favourite film starring Pele, Escape to Victory. That's now got a record for the most number of times any film has ever been shown. It's on TCM at 20 to 7. And lastly, seriously, one of the best films about sport I've ever seen, and that's The Natural.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, John.
Superb.
Thank you, John. The Natural, starring Robert Redford as Roy Hobbs, the almost magical baseball player. It's his mainly his life story. That's on TCM as well at 6:10.
Yeah, strongly recommend that one.
Is that today, Chris?
That's on Friday, I beg your pardon. That's
Friday, sorry.
Friday, yeah. So tonight's Under the Stadium Lights, Thursday's Escape to Victory, and Friday's The Natural. And The Natural is, well, you heard John say it's
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's great.
yeah, it's an amazing film.
I actually recorded Escape to Victory last week
Have you never seen it before?
a few times, and it came up just as the name Victory, not Escape to Victory, for some bizarre reason. So
You're watching United's match.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
it must have been in honour of United. Aye. Right,
Put 3 passes together.
let's get cracking because we need to make sure we're done for the second half.
Okay. Well, because I wasn't sure I'd be here in time, I've only given it a short news today.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh,
What a shame.
I can hear the sadness from here.
slap my thigh.
Can't
Now,
you
the
do next
first
week
bit
as well?
Now, the first bit of news might be fake news, but there's an amendment to it afterwards. Anthony Joshua, it's on boxing. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury's world heavyweight title fight will take place in Saudi Arabia, says Eddie Hearn. A specific venue and a date is yet to be confirmed for the All British bout, which will see the winner become the undisputed world champion at the heavyweight level. Hearn, Joshua's promoter, suggested it could take place on either the 7th or the 14th of August. It's a very bad secret that the fight is happening in Saudi Arabia, Hearn told Sky Sports. Since then, Fury has said it will be on the weekend of the 14th of August. But yesterday, it was announced that Tyson Fury has been ordered to fight Deontay Wilder for a third time, casting doubt over this fight with Joshua. Fury won the WBC World Heavyweight title from Wilder in a rematch in February last year after an initial draw. The pair were due to fight again, but delays caused by the COVID pandemic prompted Fury to seek an alternative, which was against Joshua. Yesterday, a United States judge ruled in mediation that Wilder has a right to face Fury for a third time before the 15th of September. Any views on that?
No,
I knew the American courts had got involved.
Right, a little bit on cricket. Now, the England and Wales Cricket Board has announced a loss of £16.1 million in the last financial year as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. The loss has been transferred to their reserves, which are now 2.2 million, down from more than 70 million in 2016. The loss follows a 6.5 million profit made in 2019. Revenue fell by 21 million to 207 million, with the postponed launch of the 100 cited as one reason, alongside the cost of running biosecure cricket.
Can I just say, Lon, that the ECB gave 1.3 million to each county seat team for the last season's 100, which did not take place. Their marketing spend on the 100 has now almost exhausted their resources.
Yeah.
I can't get my head around it. They're jeopardizing the game for a competition that nobody's actually wanting.
When you got the 2020, not going to be a deal of difference, I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, yeah, Chris, they want it.
Yeah. But
the fact that they're the only ones who do.
But they've spent the game's resources on it.
Yeah.
What did Nottingham do this week, Chris?
They won again. Two in a row. Two in a row.
That was mentioned last week, Chris. That.
2 in a row. I got that in last week, and I am going to Trent Bridge on Thursday, so it will all go probably wrong again. But at the moment, they're the form team. You know, can't wait to get there.
They lose while you're there, you bad.
Oh man, I can't believe it if I do.
Why not let you in, Chris? Now, a little bit on ice hockey. Now, ice hockey's elite league is to resume in September after a one-season gap. The top level of domestic hockey in the 2021 season was abandoned without a match being played because of the coronavirus pandemic. But league games are set to start on the last week in September, and a full schedule of fixtures will be announced at the end of June, following the annual meeting of the Elite League. Been on Formula One. Now, Formula One's governing body has launched a clampdown on flexible rear wings amid suspicions that teams are bending the rules. The move comes after Lewis Hamilton claimed Red Bull used a bendy wing which increases straight line speed. The governing body has written to teams saying it has become aware of some rear wings passing tests but had excessive deflections while cars are in motion. And the FIA has told teams it will introduce new load deflection test from 15th of June. Now, the Turkish Grand Prix has been cancelled just 2 weeks after it was put on the Formula One calendar. Has been replaced by a second race in Austria. Turkey was added to the Formula One schedule on the 11th to the 13th of June to replace the Grand Prix in Canada, which was cancelled because of travel restrictions. But Turkey has now become unworkable after being put on the United Kingdom's travel red list of high-risk countries. Instead, the Styrian Grand Prix will run at the Red Bull Ring on the 25th to the 27th of June. Any comments on the wings, Ian? I know you're a Formula One man. These bendy wings.
No, sorry.
You've heard about them.
I've heard about them, but I've not.
Heard about
I've been a bit busy last week.
If they are flexible, they're bound to be bending the rules.
Yeah.
I'm still getting over the sailing when it doesn't look like sailing. It looks like, well, hovercraft.
Paragliding. Right. Little bit on the NFL. The NFL will return to London later this year with 2 games played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in October. The Atlanta Falcons will host the New York Jets on Sunday, the 10th of October, before the Jacksonville Jaguars face Miami Dolphins the following Sunday. London has hosted 28 games since 2007, but all last year's games were played in the United States due to the pandemic. Anybody follow NFL?
Oh.
Or are you
No.
bored with it like me?
A bit.
Watch the final.
Yeah.
The mixed martial arts. Now,
No, I don't watch that.
Conor McGregor was the world's highest paid athlete over the last 12 months, according to the annual Forbes list, earning just shy of £128 million. The Irish mixed arts martial specialist made 15.6 million from his fight against Dustin Poirier, with the rest coming from the sale of his whiskey brand and a growing endorsement portfolio. Footballers Lionel Messi, 92.4 million, and Cristiano, 85.3 million, came second and third respectively. So McGregor, for being a thug, if you like, made a lot of money. The tennis. Now, Andy Murray, he will not play at the French Open and will instead focus on preparing for the grass court season. The British former world number 1 played doubles with Liam Brody at the Italian Open, but turned down a wild card for this week's Geneva Open. Murray's doubles return was his first match since March after he pulled out of the Miami Open with a groin injury. It is thought he is still feeling some discomfort and therefore has chosen to miss the French Open. Now, a bit on basketball. Now, Kobe Bryant has been posthumously inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The 5-time NBA champion, aged 41, died with his daughter in a helicopter crash in January last year. He was represented at the ceremony in Connecticut by NBA great Michael Jordan and his widow, Vanessa, who accepted his induction on his behalf. Now a little bit more on, oh no, that's done. So straight across to football now, nearly done. Now Preston have appointed Frankie McAvoy as their permanent head coach following the conclusion of the season. The former first team coach took over as interim boss in March after previous boss Alex Neil was sacked. 53-year-old McAvoy, who won 5 of his 8 games in charge at the end of the season, will be joined by Paul Gallagher, who was retired at the age of 36 to take the role of first team coach. Bury's Gig Lane Stadium has been put up for sale by administrators in attempts to secure the future of football at the 12,000-seater venue. The club entered administration last November with a view to finding new ownership and potentially obtaining readmission to the football pyramid. This decision to sell could bring new hope to fans groups aiming to revive the club at their 136-year home. The ex-Bolton Wanderers boss, Keith Hill, was surprisingly sacked by Tranmere Rovers just 9 days before the playoffs. Rovers missed out on automatic promotion in the final couple of weeks of the season, ending in 7th position, but still have a hope of League One football with a 2-legged semi-final against Morecambe this week. Hill also led Tranmere to the Papa John's Trophy final at Wembley, where they were beaten 1-0 by Sunderland. Did somebody make a comment then about it?
Yeah, so they never do get promotion. They can't afford it.
Now, the Champions League final between Chelsea and Man City on the 29th of May will take place in Portugal, with 6,000 fans from each club able to attend. The game has been moved from Turkey to the Portuguese city of Porto because of coronavirus restrictions. With Portugal in England's green list, players and fans can attend without having to quarantine on their return. Turkey is on the red list. Now, Leicester City, they lifted the FA Cup for the first time in their history as a Yuri Tielemans long-range stunner earned the Foxes a 1-0 win over Chelsea at Wembley. Tielemans, who was man of the match, collected the ball 30 yards out before rifling an unstoppable shot into the top corner. Chelsea thought they had equalised in the last minute, but it was ruled out by VAR, rightly so, for a Chelsea player being offside in the build-up to Wes Morgan's own goal. Now, Leicester held firm for the last 5 minutes of stoppage time to earn Brendan Rodgers his first major trophy in English football.
Lol,
Hello.
could you just tell us the name of the owner of Leicester City? So I'd love to hear somebody pronounce it.
No, that's Michael Broomhead.
It's top. Top.
Top.
Could I ask a question of Brian? Is Brian on?
Yeah.
Brian, the Leicester goal.
Yeah.
Handball.
Well,
Handball.
I actually was at the game.
Oh, really?
And yeah, my immediate reaction was handball.
Yeah.
But there you go.
There you go.
If your name's on the cup, your name's on the cup.
That's a very good comment. Yeah, your name is on it. It's on it. Yeah.
And as it, yeah. Go on, Keith.
The rule, as I understand it, is because it hit his knee first, and then hit his hand. That's not considered to be handball. If it hits another part of the body, it's onto you.
And the wind was in a southerly direction as well. And I think the moon was coming up on the east side.
Ryan will confirm that is the rule.
Well, it hasn't been applied consistently all year.
I didn't know it hit his knee because I didn't see that. I've not seen the TV highlights, but the most interesting thing, because the game weren't really brilliant apart from after the point Leicester scored, but the most interesting thing was when the equaliser went in, and I was sat in a really good position to see the attack develop. No one in the ground had got any inkling at all that it could have possibly been offside, and it happened so quickly that everyone was back waiting for the kickoff to be taken, and then the tannoy announcement came. Oh, there's a VAR check, and of course everybody then immediately looks at the referee, and within an instant it was like, ooh, back offside, and the emotions as a neutral were really quite interesting, because you got the Chelsea fans going absolutely bananas, and the Leicester fans, contemplating suicide, and literally within 2 seconds, because there was no suspense attached to it at all. because it happened so fast for the people in the ground. Within 2 seconds, the whole situation had been reversed.
Mm.
Brian,
Just
you're
so-
right. It's a lackluster game,
Excuse
but
me.
it was nice to have the crowd back again. That's what's made it for me.
Oh, yeah, it was fabulous, and it was so well organised. It was really well organised. I was very impressed with how it was done, and the organisation around it, and you were having to wear your mask inside the stadium for the whole period, and of course the odd one or two people, as they do, thought they were different to everyone else, and started to take the masks off. But I'll tell you, within seconds, the stewards were onto them, and get your mask back on, and I was really impressed with that. And fortunately, one of my pet hates, and I still can't get my head around it, but it didn't affect me because I was sort of opposite the halfway line rather than behind the goals. But all the Leicester fans and all the Chelsea fans throughout the game stood up, and it just baffles me why people do that. And of course, you only need a portion of the fans to stand up, and then everybody else has to stand up to see.
That's right.
It's
Yeah.
just
See
like
over
a
their
chain,
shoulders. Yeah.
chain reaction. But they were stood up for the whole game, apart from half time. That's when they sat down.
Yeah.
so it baffles me, but yeah, it was good. The atmosphere was fantastic, even though it was only a quarter full. And yeah, good to see a live game of football again.
Brian, there was another refereeing decision that baffled me though. Right at the end, the goalkeeper and a defender from the same team went down injured.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the goalkeeper doesn't have to go off.
Right. Yeah.
But why didn't the defender have to go off?
Well, who knows? There's only one man can answer that.
Yeah, but the trainer came on and saw to both of them.
Yeah. It's who knows?
Who knows? Right. Okay.
Did you see Mike Dean's decision, Brian?
Yeah.
With Liverpool, did he interpret that correctly? And I'm asking that because I don't know.
No, I think it would just it was just keeping the game flowing, because although technically he didn't have to do anything because the ball didn't hit him. The ball didn't hit him, but the player did. So I think his mistake was is thinking it's a drop ball when actually he didn't have to do anything. And the case of it being a drop ball, the team who would have had the drop ball passed it. Get on with it, guys. Get on with it. And on another occasion, nothing would have happened, and people would have said, "Yeah, he's using his common sense, getting the game flowing." But on this occasion, it was significant, and he actually got it wrong, didn't he? He didn't have to intervene at all because there was a collision, and in law, the ball didn't hit him. So tough. But
the thing that got me about that game, though, Brian, was the problem Liverpool have had all season, despite their going on about lack of centre backs, is that they haven't been able to score.
Yeah.
The goalie goes into the opposition half for the first time since the last Preston Guild and scores a goal.
He did just
the
score.
Preston Guild before last year.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, he didn't just score a goal. It was a header to be proud of. By anybody's standards.
Yeah.
So it was incredible.
Does anybody know the name of the last goalkeeper to score a dramatic last gasp goal?
It was a playoff game, wasn't it?
It was a playoff game, yeah.
The game that saved The game
Was
that saved
Carlisle-
Carlisle.
Was Carlisle involved?
Yeah.
Carlisle.
Jimmy Glass.
Jimmy Glass of Carlisle.
Mm.
And Carlisle would have been relegated had he not scored the
Yeah.
last gasp goal.
Out of the league.
Yeah, out of the
Aye.
league.
I was at Hillsborough on the day that Steve Grizovic scored against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Carlisle.
With the long kick.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Great goal. Great goal.
great goal. Yeah. One of the,
Well worked move.
That was a wonderful punt.
Yeah.
Right upfield.
Yeah.
as a result of, and I don't know the answer to this, but as a result of Leicester's win, which team is now the team that's appeared in the final the most times without winning it?
Ah. Yeah.
It was always a quiz question.
Yeah.
Winning it.
Leicester, but obviously not anymore.
Stoke City.
No,
Oh.
I don't know. We'll have to
We'll have
Well,
to
don't
research
ask her a question then.
know the answer. Yeah, yeah.
it.
Right.
It's a good
Right.
question.
Well,
One of
Okay.
mixed questions.
Yeah.
The Chelsea ladies, they conceded
Why?
4 goals in the first 36 minutes as Barcelona blew them away to win their first Women's Champions League final in Gothenburg. Going a goal down after 33 seconds, Chelsea had no answer to a rampant Barcelona in the first half. And despite a spirited display in the second half, there was no way back for the Blues, with 4-0 being the final score. The Doncaster Rovers, they've appointed former midfielder Richie Wellens as their new manager. The 41-year-old left his position at Salford in March, less than 5 months after being appointed manager there. He previously managed Oldham and Swindon, leading the Robins to promotion from League Two last season. Now, last night, Barnsley lost the first leg of the playoff to Swansea, so they've got a tough return leg to come next weekend. Now, at 17 years old and 309 days, Canadian-born Daniel Jebison became the youngest player to start a Premier League game for United, and his first meaningful contribution was to become the youngest player to score on his full English Premier League debut, as he got the winner away to Everton. He was chosen to lead the line following his first appearance as a substitute for the Blades in the home match versus Crystal Palace the previous week. And just to finish off, a little thing that the pundits were talking about Aston Villa's boss, Dean Smith. He says he gets annoyed by players who fall too easily to gain kicks against his team.
Yeah, but that will change over the course of the next 3 matches.
That's priceless. That is priceless. Oh, God.
Keith, I have the answer to your
Talk
question.
Sport or something like that. They're talking about it.
Fantastic.
go on, Paul.
I have the answer to Keith's question.
Oh, go for it.
Queen's Park, Birmingham City, Crystal Palace and Watford have each lost 2 finals without ever winning the trophy.
Right, cool.
Paul.
All right. Good answer.
It says, however, 25 other teams have lost as many or more finals, but have also won the cup at least once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Dave. Dave the Beard.
While we're on football, I don't know if anybody saw Antiques Roadshow a week last Sunday from Windermere.
Yeah.
They showed an old clip of the Uden Cup, but that led up to a couple from Sheffield, a couple of blokes, and they're both Wednesdayites, they admitted to it. They brought a single sheet in, dated 1867. And then it was the rules for the Uden Cup and the list of all the teams who were in it that year, 1867. And it was valued at about £8,000, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
I reckon that sheet could be the oldest known football programme. The previous one known is 1882 and went for 30,000. Just a piece of useless information. Carrying on from football, it was amazing to see it in the frame. It was absolutely brilliant.
I give you about 20 minutes of useless information every week. That's how many minutes.
But seeing as we were on football,
Sometime.
Lol, can you answer me a question, please? Have Wickham gone down? Do you know if Wickham have now actually gone down?
Is that meeting this week?
Not seen anything.
I don't know. I'm
not seen
desperate.
anything.
I really am desperate to find out, please.
It's a possibility.
It's still a possibility. It's still a possibility.
It depends on. It's been
Colin?
depending on derbies.
I've got a new contributor. This is Socks.
Oh,
The perfect.
He's got white feet.
right, okay.
It's looking.
Right, is that it? Is that it all for this
Yeah, I
week?
finished on Dean Smith about Aston Villa. That was the punchline.
Yeah. So, we need to go. We'll wrap this one up and we'll see you all in 5 minutes for Jonathan.
Okay.